Well, hey there, my friends. Welcome to another training. Always so happy to see you here. Today's topic is more like a question that I want you to ask yourself and reflect on. And then I'm going to give you my proprietary method that I use with my clients to help them retrain their brains. Yep, you heard it right. Brain retraining is coming up. If you're new to my channel, I'm Tracy Beavers. I'm a business and sales coach, and my passion is helping you grow your business. It doesn't matter if you're just starting out with an awesome idea and a dream and a vision for what you want, or if you're an established business having great success, wanting to get to that second stage of growth. Whatever your need is, we work together to map out clear action steps for you to get from where you are right now to where you want to be. And we get there faster because you have a roadmap from me to keep you focused with every single step. I've been in sales and marketing for over 15 years and have guided many businesses just like yours using my unique roadmap approach. If you're new here, be sure to smash that subscribe button because I put out a brand new training every week. And be sure to check out the show notes below the video for more great free resources. I've got some awesome free guides and blog content that I've crafted just for you. So let's dive in. Here are the questions that I want to ask you, and I want you to ask yourself and then have you reflect on. Ready? What is going on in that head of yours, and what are you saying to yourself? Would we be shocked to know? Would your friends be upset with you for talking to yourself like that? Would you let me talk to myself the way you talk to yourself? That is a lot to reflect on, right? You guys, the strength of your internal environment will determine your success with anything you want to improve or change, whether it's personal or professional. It's going to determine whether or not you end up living your best life. Your internal environment is your mindset, those thoughts that you have, the way you talk to yourself, all of it. We spend way more time planning our external environments, our home, our job, the kind of car we want to drive, the trip we're going to take. We spend way more time planning all those things than we do our internal environments. And you know what? Both are important. And let's face it, the external environment is a lot more fun to plan. But your internal environment is going to be the key to living your best life. Your internal environment is your foundation. Like the foundation of your house, you want it to be strong and stable. And if we avoid our internal environment and our mindset and our self-talk, we are literally building our house on sand. And you know what happens to a house that's built on sand? It's not going to last. It's going to crumble. So before we all charge ahead towards our dreams with our swords drawn and all excited, we've got to rewind a little bit. I know it's not a lot of fun, but we do. We've got to rewind a little bit and we've got to take an internal assessment. We've got to eliminate all that junk that you've got going on up here in your head, in your brain. When you came on this earth, you came in screaming, wide-eyed, absolutely full of possibility. And as a child, you know, we look at children and we say, oh my gosh, they just have so much potential. And somewhere along the way, we stop thinking that we have that same amount of potential. We get stuck in adulting. Time passes, we forget that we can still change and grow and expand. And we wake up one day and realize we're not enjoying our best life and we're not reaching the goals that we really want to reach. You were born perfect. You were born amazing. You were born with innate gifts, talents, and dreams. And when you watch little children playing, they're not thinking about the past. They're not worrying about the future. They are fully present. They are joyful. They are full of life. They are being who they are without fear. I mean, my son went to preschool every day when he was 3 in his Spider-Man costume because he thought it was amazing. Oh my gosh. What happened to all of that? You know, why can't we be like that? Well, the answer is that somewhere along the road of growing up, life started to chip away at you. And what happens to us when that happens is we lose that wide-eyed wonder. We lose that sense of possibility, right? One of my favorite movies is Pretty Woman. And there's this line that Julia Roberts says to Richard Gere. She says, you know, when people put you down enough, you start to believe it. The bad stuff is easier to believe. That is so true. Like when she said that, I think I've watched this movie a million times. And for some reason, the last time I watched it, it really hit me. And I was like, wow, that is so true. It's like the bad stuff is safe to believe and the good stuff challenges us. And the bad stuff requires zero effort to accept. But the good stuff requires energy to accept. I hope this is resonating with you because it absolutely did with me. So what happens to us as we grow up, we begin to solidify our beliefs about everything, right? Money, jobs, success, what that looks like. And these are based on the examples that you were shown in your physical environment and the words that were spoken to you, which then became your internal dialogue. And along the way, because we're so focused on fitting in, right? Everybody wants to fit in. We end up pretending to be what we're not and conforming to our environment. And we learn quickly that other people's opinions are more important than our own. And we can get lost listening to the opinions of others instead of being confident of our own opinions. We seek approval because our brains are wired for survival, because way back when our ancestors feared being excluded from the pack, because that meant being vulnerable out in the open and it meant certain death. So that's why our brains are wired to protect us. And then, over time, all of these beliefs and these other people's opinions and everything else, these become our normal and our foundation, right? We talk about that foundation of your mental game, your internal dialogue, your internal environment. You guys, you've heard me say this before. Our thoughts are things. They have energy, they have vibration, they have a life of their own. Our thoughts create our feelings, our beliefs, and our actions. And thoughts are a lot like a muscle. We work muscles over and over again, right? To either get them more flexible or to get them stronger. And you have the same thought, good or bad, over and over, it becomes stronger. Repeating the same thoughts hardwires your brain to believe them. Neuroscience has proven this, that has proven that your brain must believe your thoughts because it has no other choice. What you repeatedly tell your brain is going to be reality, which is kind of exciting and kind of scary all at the same time, right? So why is it so hard to undo years of negative thoughts, limiting beliefs, and self-doubt? Well, I like to picture it like this. Picture it like water flowing over rocks in a river. Over time, the rocks develop deep grooves where that water is flowing. And each time you repeat an idea or a thought, you are literally engraving them in your subconscious brain. Our thoughts create the imprints, the grooves on our brain, just like the water over that rock. And that's why it becomes habit. It becomes comfortable. It becomes normal. And since your brain is designed to keep you safe, this is where you stay. So after years of having these limiting thoughts, it's no wonder that it can take time and lots of conscious repeated effort to undo what your brain considers safe and normal. Just think about if you were going to try to redirect that water stream instead of letting it flow over that rock in that groove that had flowed over forever, for many years, what you would have to do to get the water to go another way. It's the same thing with your brain. So when I'm working with my clients to retrain their thoughts and beliefs, we work through this exercise. I love this one. This is awesome. I created this, and it's called Recognize, Reframe, and Repeat. Recognize, reframe, repeat. So we want to recognize the thought, the ones that are negative and doubting. They are nothing more than your brain trying to keep you safe. They are nothing more than that past programming that is no longer serving you. And a lot of times they're not the truth. I want you to reframe that old thought into the new thought that you want to have. And then I want you to repeat, repeat, repeat. Much like water flowing over that rock, the only way to get that old thought to flow in a new direction is to block off that old path. Over time, you are literally going to be carving new pathways in your brain. And the more you do this exercise, the easier it's going to become. It's going to become your new normal. So when we know better, we can do better. And when we recognize the thoughts that are no longer serving us, we can reframe them. And this is how we build a strong internal environment. This is how we live our best lives. So I want you to remember, recognize, reframe, repeat, repeat, repeat. I love that. And I hope you do too. It's super easy to remember. Just remember all the R's: recognize, reframe, and repeat. So it is time for me in our training that I do every week to highlight one of my awesome coaching clients. I absolutely love making a difference for you. And I love it more when you share with me the gains that you have made. You can be featured too. Just let me know in the comments, connect with me through my website, and let me know how my trainings have helped you so I can feature you in your business too. So the highlight of the week goes to my client, Amanda. And she said, working with Tracy has given me the gentle yet firm accountability that I need. Tracy gives organization to the freight train of thoughts, goals, and anxieties that barrel through my brain, and is that voice of reason and encouragement that I need when imposter syndrome tries to jump in. Amanda, I think you're amazing too. I love supporting you as you build your business. She is an amazing interior painter here in our area. She is building an awesome team and an awesome business model. Really, really a pleasure to work with her. If you know anybody else that would benefit from these trainings, I want you to hit the share button. Give it a thumbs up, give it a like, send it to them. And before you go, here's what I want you to do now. I want you to go to tracybeavers.com/referral machine. And I want you to grab your free guide to gaining new clients every day with ease. Trust me, you can do it. I have free and low cost ways that you can do these things starting today in your business. So until next time, my friends, I am here for you. I am cheering you on. I'll talk to you soon.